If I may speak candidly, I must confess to being a great admirer of yours. When you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures, if you would do me the honor. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. You can now die the job specific year for the level 90 magical range DPS. Nice. Okay, I'm going to Lominsa. Okay. Ah, Devel. On behalf of the Admiral Blofiswin, I thank you for your many deeds in service to Limsa. On behalf of my people, I thank you for your efforts in delivering this star from catastrophe. Unfortunately, we have received troubling tidings that beasts akin to those that plagued Ratthat-Han have been sighted on the Nosian coast. The Admiral has mustered the Maelstrom in hopes of quelling the threat, yet there is much we do not understand about our foe. And as such, your expertise in this area would be a great boon to us. Will you help us? I wouldn't be much of a hero if I refused, would I? Excellent. The Admiral will be heartened to have your knowledge and martial prowess on our side, I am certain. Pray set sail for Limsa as soon as you are able. The Secretariat at Maelstrom Command will apprise you of the details upon your arrival. No, I mean, I wish that song played most of the time. Where am I going? The Apt Castle. Wait, hold on, I want to check something real quick. Oh, not selling anything now. There we go. Withdraw 242,500. Okay, Aft Castle. This person. This person must be doing it as a dragoon. Yeah, he's doing his as a dragoon. Oh, our man in Ratthat-Han told us to expect you. I'll inform the Admiral of your arrival. Glad you could join us, Devel. I only wish it were under better circumstances. The grave news from the bounty has not escaped our ears. I can scarce begin to imagine the horrors you have witnessed there. Although you and the Science have averted the final days, blasphemies continue to appear in certain regions, Vilbrand among them. Tell her what we know. The first report came a few days ago, from one of our men patrolling Skull Valley. He spoke of a fearsome creature unlike any native to our shores. While we had our suspicions, it was only later that a connection to the final days was confirmed by a most unlikely source, the Sahagin. Been treating their temper for some time now, and many have made a full recovery. Owing to this, some factions are eager to improve diplomatic relations with Limsa. It is one such faction that has provided the most comprehensive reports in all their alarming details. They speak of a most dreadful sight. Their spawn brothers are transforming into horrific beasts before their very eyes. Indeed, it is far too similar to the incidents at Radzat to be mere coincidence. If our assumptions are correct, the first and most formidable of the beasts, a blasphemy, as it were, was decided we would call them, prowls out our waters as we speak. We may have been spared the final days, but so long as this abomination remains to harry us, we cannot truly say the storm is past. Fortunately, we've there have been no sightings of the blasphemy within the city. Nevertheless, we had to spare our people the horror that befell Razat. The fiend must be dealt with, and quickly. Despite our investigative efforts, we remain very much in the dark as to the precise nature of the threat we face. Were we to recklessly dispatch a large number of troops, we'd run the risk of having our own men corrupted. You can well imagine the carnage that would ensue. Of course. As such, Admiral Bluffswin has decided to keep those involved to a minimum and lead the investigation herself. And I would have you at my side. What say you? Of course, I will. You have my thanks. We will depart at once to meet with our Sahagin allies and gather what knowledge we can, that we might devise a proper plan of attack. They are due to arrive at South Tidegate soon. I'll go on ahead and wait for you there. Alright? Just took a big sip of coffee. I haven't done this? I haven't done this Levies of Aleport? I need to fix my things. There we go, all fixed. It's well past our agreed upon meeting time. Sahagin are nowhere to be seen. They did not seem the sorts to break their word. This bodes ill. Let us leave this place to the guards and search Healthstone for any signs of them. What? Is that one of the blasphemies? What is that thing? Null is in danger. Quickly to his aid. Oh no, his name is Null? That's not what I'm dealing with? Okay. Many thanks, Shore Walker. Pray tell, is my companion safe? That person clapped for me and cheered me on. The Admiral herself comes to our aid. Glad tidings. You two have my boundless gratitude for saving my life. Let us quit this place before those beasts return. I ate an egg in front of her. Relieved I am to see both of you safe. Had the Admiral not come to our rescue when she did, I shudder to think of what would have happened. Everyone's still alive. Good. If not, we stay here. But not if we stay out here too long. Inside, quickly. I remember when the Sahagin were enemies. Thank you, my friends. Those ghastly beasts would have made short work of us had you not intervened. And yet it brought me no joy to watch them die, for unbelievable as it may sound— oh, they didn't do this. Until a short time ago, they were none other than our very own spawn brothers. At first we thought them merely cursed, but our talismans and magics availed us not. Aye, 'twas no curse, 'twas an evil like no other, and innocent souls transformed against their will into unholy beasts called blasphemies. Blasphemies. Pray tell us more. That would be your area of expertise, Davel. Okay, so long story. I went back into the past using the help of an Ascian. Turned into beasts by the power of despair? This is horrifying indeed. Is that armor or just part of them? Huh. Thus far, the phenomena here in La Nocia has been limited to the Sahagin. Why is that? I cannot say, yet I wonder if the crushing tide are involved in some way. I know not of this crushing tide. Word of them has yet to reach you, I see. It all began when the Indigo Matriarch, the queen of our kind, was stricken with a grave malady. Tragic as this was, there was one small solace. She was not fond of shore walkers. And so deprived of her leadership, more of my kind came to see the wisdom in making peace with Limsa. There remains, of course, those who would oppose our cause. They formed a group they call the Crushing Tide. Even now, they seek to summon the Lord of the Whirl anew, and consign all finless ones into the briny deep. However, they lack the crystals necessary to do so. Denied the power they crave, they can do naught but gnash their teeth in desperation. And you suspect these feelings of helplessness are the cause of their transformations? Just so. Those of our spawn brothers who turned into those beasts had been fraternizing with the Crushing Tide. Despite our differences, we cannot abandon our kin to such a cruel fate. Yet we must be careful not to drive them to still deeper despair. Yes, we must consider the situation carefully, lest we bring destruction upon all our kind. Tell me this, are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan? Are the Crushing Tide even now under Leviathan's thrall? If freed from their drowned state, might they not listen to reason? Were it only so simple, all but a few are long since cured. They walk this path of their own free will. In that case, they may yet be dissuaded from their present course. For the sake of a nascent alliance, we will do all we can to save your brethren. Fortunately, a most capable ally stands with us. This woman has bested many a formidable foe, including Leviathan. Yeah. The great Davel, In the flesh, I honored am I to stand in your presence. Together we will weather the storm and usher in a new age of harmony. This I swear. There's much to be done. For now, let us return to our homes and prepare as best we can for the trials ahead. If we discover aught of value, we'll be sure to share it with you. Ask you that you do the same. Indeed we shall. Until such time, I'll watch over my spawn brothers and pray that no more succumb to the change. Okay, going back to Maelstrom Command. Go through the plaza, then go to the aft castle. Okay. I definitely like the... Instead of having, like, specific job quests, we have role quests instead. I think that works better than before. Granted, I'm gonna miss how good the Dark Knight questline was. Oh, there she is. Welcome back. Thanks to you and Null, I now possess a proper understanding of the challenge we face. It is a daunting task that lies before us. We continue to cooperate with the Sahagin to learn all we can. Oh, she's noticed me. She's hugging me. Once we have located the blasphemy... Oh, she's pet me too. I will have need of... Well, the pet looked more like a head chop on the head. Once we have located the blasphemy, I will have need of your strength. Till then, I ask that you remain at the ready. Clearly the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Oh, she doted me. Clearly the storm clouds have only begun to gather. Ah, she's running away. Till next we meet. Your timing could not be better. The Admiral has just this moment returned from meeting with the Sahagin. She's teleporting. If she's doing the same questline as me, which I'm pretty sure she is, then definitely I'll see her again. I shall inform her of your arrival. Ah, Devel, I'm glad you're here. We have decided on the next course of action. Wait a second. I just noticed I haven't re-glammed my boots. As you know, we face two distinct but interconnected challenges. The transformations occurring among the Sahagin may be one, but the blasphemy itself is the root of the problem. Thus far, those who succumb to the change have all been affiliated with the Crushing Tide, who continue to resist our diplomatic efforts. Were we to put a stop to the phenomena, as well as address their grievances, we may yet have a chance at peace. To that end, I would propose a double-pronged approach. On one front, we shall work in tandem with our Sahagin allies to redouble our patrols. Should the blasphemy surface, we will share this knowledge and move immediately to dispatch the threat. At the same time, we will pursue a dialogue with the Crushing Tide. We need to bring them back to the negotiating table, and then see what can be done to convince them to stand down. A key point will no doubt be the lingering issue of securing land for their spawning grounds. It's a discussion I intend to approach with an open mind. It will be no easy task, but we succeeded with the kobolds, and I have faith that we will succeed with the Sahagin as well, so long as we parley in good faith. I can only hope the Crushing Tide share that sentiment. You're wise to temper your expectations, but I would not abandon hope ere we try. At any rate, Null has sent word that one Dao, a priest who styles himself the leader of the Crushing Tide, has grudgingly agreed to hear us out. I'll parley with him face to face at the sap's spawning grounds. I would have you at my side if you do not object, that is. Of course. Excellent. In that case, pray join me at the South Tide Gate when you are ready. From there, we will go together. We shall dote back. That's what I'll do. Oh, there she is. See if I can catch... Oh, she's playing a Reaper too. Now I run. I probably should have waited for the heart to reach her. Teleport time. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm in the sanctuary now. Okay. I need to be off my mount to do this. Glamour plate. There we go. No, wait. There we go. Proper boots. Now let me check my portraits. Reaper, need to fix this. There we go. Okay. All prepared, are you? Tao is not known for his patience. We must take care not to incur his ire. I was told he would be at the spawning grounds upon our arrival, but it appears he has been delayed. Let us speak with the Sahagin here. Mayhap one of them will be able to shed light on what may be keeping him. One more thing. I come here as a representative of Limsa on a diplomatic mission. Should the talks deteriorate and things come to blows, I cannot be seen to bloody my hands. I trust that you understand. With that, let us be off. Oh, having me do your dirty work for you. Okay. Oh, she's following. Are we going that way? Okay. No water crystal? What is this? Since when are filthy shore walkers free to intrude upon our sacred spawning grounds? Pray forgive our intrusion. We seek an audience with Speaker Dao. Where might we find them? We'll do no such thing, Shore Walker. We've not forgiven what you did to Lord Leviathan. Be gone. We won't get much out of this one. Let's try elsewhere. There we go. Why do you trespass in our domain, vile shore walkers? We mean you no harm. We come only for a peaceful parley with your leader, Master Dao. Where might we find him? We desire to no parley with the shore walker who would steal our home. Were it not for your insatiable selfishness, we Sahagin would grow and flourish. Your grievances are justified. That is why I would speak with Master Dao and work toward a peaceful solution. Empty words from the thieving shore walker, but so be it. Soon you shall learn the futility of your efforts. Speaker Dow is currently overseeing security at the spawning grounds. You'll find him by the entrance. Though mark my words, you will wish you hadn't. We shall see. Thank you for your aid. I was confused by that sound, but it was just a bunch of Sahagin. Oh, why am I holding this? Shore walkers in our spawning grounds? To what do I owe the displeasure? Speaker Dow, I presume. Our apologies for entering your home unannounced. I am Merlweeb, Chief Admiral of Limsa, and this is Davel. We come seeking a parley that we might strive for peace between our peoples. Parley, you say? Prolonging this conflict any further will lead only to needless suffering. The menace both our peoples face is great indeed. If ever there was a time to set aside our differences and come together for the greater good, it is now. I invite you to join us at South Tide Gate for formal negotiations. Shore walkers and Sahagin coming together. What assurance do I have that you will not slit our gills the moment we set foot within your territory? I can offer not but my word. We open our gates to you and invite you unto our home as a show of respect. Do not trust you, shore walker, but let it never be said that Tao of the Crushing Tide was a coward. I accept your offer, but I attempt any treachery or subterfuge and your people will drown in their own blood. Very well, Master Tao. I look forward to a productive discussion. Let us return then. I shall send word to Noel as well. I would have our Sahagin allies join us at the parley. I forgot that was there. Thank you for joining us here, Master Tao. The air here sickens me. Be brief. Aye, let us get straight to the heart of the matter. A common threat looms before us, one more powerful than any primal, with the potential to bring death without end to both Sahagin and Lominson alike. These circumstances call for the swift and united action. He's confused. You doubt our intentions, but I remind you that we have liberated many of your kin from Leviathan's enthrallment. They and the countless other Sahagin have joined us, of their own free will, but we may ensure the survival of both our peoples. Aye, by their deeds have the Lominson proved themselves worthy of our trust. Master Tao, you and your Crushing Tide want only to secure a future for your people. I say to you, this can only be done by confronting this threat together. Threats? Threats? What is this threat you speak of? No. If it is unity you crave, then submit yourself to our command. Be as the serpent reavers. They are the only shore walkers I deign to call friends. You would ask us to willingly surrender ourselves to your Lord of the World? I do, for that and that alone will ensure peace between us. Preposterous! You propose not an alliance, but servitude. This way lies nothing but death for all Sahagan. Do you hear this, my spawn brothers? The shore walkers have stolen this one's mind. He decries Lord Leviathan, and espouses the lunacy of our sworn foes. These treacherous wretches have abandoned our god, and conspire to drive we faithful from our ancestral home. We must not let this stand. For shame, forsaken by our spawn brothers, oh no. They side with the finless ones and blaspheme our Lord Leviathan. Those who steal our spawning ground and slaughter our children, our future. Behold this blessing. Just as I thought, he sees it as a blessing. Lord Leviathan grants us greater and greater strength. You would call this a blessing? Such horrors. Flee for your lives. And he's gonna die. And we're not gonna stop this? The beast makes her ale port. Leave this place to you. Splendid indeed. Let all our spawn brothers be blessed with such power. Second time you saved my life, Shore Walker. My gratitude is as boundless as the sea. But what of the Admiral? We must go to her aid. We must go to her aid. Looks like she handled herself pretty well. What a horrific sight. I was too late. Oh, that's what I'm hearing. Devantis. There's no need for apologies. You're not responsible for my people's plight. But what I cannot fathom is Dow's response. How pleased he was to see his brothers become slavering beasts. The fool believes it is a blessing from Leviathan himself. Any hope for a peaceable solution will be lost should Dow and his crushing tide manage to wield these transformations as a weapon against us. I shudder at the very thought, and yet the true threat, the blasphemy, is still out there, yes? Just so, the first ones to transform are those who have fallen into the deepest depths of despair. The more painful their anguish, the more fearsome and formidable they become in their bestial forms, and the greater their influence over others. We can scarcely hope to stand against a legion of such foes. Would that there was more my people could do to help. I'll have the Maelstrom patrol the seas for the blasphemy, that we might slay it with all due haste. But this may well amount to naught. If the blasphemy too was born from a Sahagan, it would be sheltering in the depths beyond the reach of our ships. In that case, pray allow my spawn brothers and I to serve as your eyes beneath the sea. Thank you, Noel. Through our efforts combined, we might yet weather this threat. As for your brothers, gave their lives today for our cause, I shall see that they are returned home to be laid to rest as they deserve. You have my gratitude, Admiral. And with that, we should return as well. There's much work to be done, would see it done quickly. Ah, it's closer. I wonder if I'm gonna run into that person again. See if I can see her anywhere. Not seeing her at first glance. By the way, time to go to the aft castle. Nothing. And not over there. Okay. Ah, Devel, I was just sharing our findings. So you see, the danger is exactly as the Sahagin described. While Dow and his ilk have no means of forcibly triggering the phenomenon at present, it is plain they intend to seek one out. We double our patrols offshore and inform me at the first sight of anything out of the ordinary. It shall be done, Admiral. I worry that we may be stretching ourselves too thin. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I will recall our forces from Garlemald. Yet I would reserve that as a last effort. For now, I must go to work securing reinforcements. I ask that you remain close by. We may have need of your strength all too soon. Alright. By all too soon, you mean in a few seconds. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna go on a little break. Like a minute or two. Okay. Okay, good. We're back. Time to continue. The Admiral left a message for you, and the news is not good. It appears that a Lominson merchant ship was assailed by a Sahagin raiding party affiliated with the Crushing Tide. To further complicate matters, the vessel in question was carrying a shipment of crystals supplied to us by the kobolds of Ogomoro. Admiral suspects that Dowmies used the plundered crystals to summon Leviathan, which has gone to meet the Null, that we and our Sahagin allies might make swift action. She bids you join her immediately. Should the worst come to the worst, your experience in combating primals may prove essential. Pray make for the South Gate, Tide Gate, and rendezvous with her at once. Okay, well, I guess I'll do that. Don't look around first. Nope. Oh. So quiet out here. Just a bunch of cricket noises. Thank you for coming, Davel. The situation is grim. The crushing tide plundered one of our trading ships and seized a goodly stash of Ogoromoro crystals. Though their aim is clear, it appears they yet lack the quantity needed to perform the summoning. Tao longs for the days when every Sahagan cried out, Lord Leviathan. 1 second. Lord Leviathan's deliverance will stop at nothing to see them return. I cannot fathom what the crushing tide are thinking. What satisfaction, what happiness can be found in giving over their hearts and minds to a false god? And so we must thwart their designs, lest the bonds we have forged be forever broken. But the same by the same token, we cannot ignore the blasphemy, or the transformations its presence may bring about. A battle on two fronts, neither of which we can commit to at the expense of the other. As we sail into the eye of the storm, I would hear your counsel. What course of action would you propose? Might we turn to the three great pirate powers for aid? As it happens, I've already enlisted the executioners, the krakens, and the sirens to our cause. They've done much to bolster the Maelstrom's efforts to scour the seas for the blasphemy. So if we're to seek reinforcements, we will have to turn elsewhere. But to whom? Company of Heroes? Oh, the Company of Heroes. Now that's a name I've not heard in some time. It is true that they answered the call many a time. Indeed, other than you and yours, they are arguably none better suited to the task of primal slaying. But they disbanded over 5 years ago, and neither hide nor hair has been seen of their commander since. Absent their leader, I suspect they will be reluctant to join our cause. And yet I can think of no better option. I'll contact Waistcape, their erstwhile commander's right-hand man, and see if he will not hear us out. I'll ask him to meet us at the Drowning Winch. Let us hope he is receptive to our offer. Null, might I trust you and your partner and your brothers to continue the search for the blasphemy in the meantime? But of course, Admiral. Should we discover anything, you will be the first to know. Oh, your name changed. From Knoll to Knoll of the Calming Seas. Worry not, my spawn brothers and I will keep our eyes on the crushing tide in the meantime. Drowning Winch. I need to go here. Okay. Nobody? Nobody? Okay. Why am I going over here? We're going this way. To over there? Yeah, over there. My apologies for the delay. So your plea fell on deaf ears? No? Ah, and here I swore 5 years ago that I was done playing hero. Could someone explain what this is all about? Believe it or not, I am a respectful man with respectful obligations these days. Take that polearm out of your arse, old friend, and stop pretending you're not still a murderous bastard at heart. Watch that wicked tongue of yours, Ode. Ode, lest I skewer it and prove you right. Ah, nothing like a reunion with my dear companions. It said they disbanded 5 years ago. I assume they're from 1.0? Before A Realm Reborn? Ah, nothing like a reunion with the dear companions over a bottle of the Winch's finest vintage. That is why we're here, right? Long time no eye catch, Uplanders. Brayflox's tummy tickled to see gobby friends again. Thank you for assembling on such short notice. Spare us the pleasantries, Admiral. Why are we here? I make a simple request. Reform the company of heroes and lend Limsa your strength. You've a reason, I'm sure. I would hear it. So there you have it. A terrible fiend known as a blasphemy prowls our seas, transforming the Saghagan into rabbiting beasts. At the same time, the Saghagan themselves, specifically a hostile faction calling themselves the Crushing Tide, had declared their intention to summon Leviathan anew. Should they succeed, we would be hard-pressed to deal with the Primal while still dealing with the other threats. A right pickle indeed. But the answer is no. The commander disbanded the company, and as his first mate, it's not my place to gainsay his final order. Thought that, I say. Have you forgotten our company's creed? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. Are the people now in danger not the same men and women we fought to defend years ago? The commander would not have turned his back on them, and neither should we. Bold words, Landinel. But do you truly believe that we can honor them as we are? Old mercenaries past their prime, lacking the commander whose wisdom and prowess saw them to glory once upon a time. Ah yes, you're a commander. What? What if Davel were here were to lead you in his stead? Surely you would not question her abilities. An intriguing proposition. I, for one, would not be averse to serving under such a decorated hero. Scobby friend has goodly head for fighty think and goodly arms for thinky fight. The way they talk. As ringing an endorsement as any, but I would hear it from the woman herself. Do you believe you believe you are capable of leading the company of heroes in the battle? If you're the stones to follow me. If you've the stones. Now that's the confidence I'd expect from my commander. Very well, then consider us yours to lead. 5 years to the day, truth be told. I was enjoying the most leisurely life, but when duty calls... Wait, before we proceed, I must ask, have we no way of reaching out to the commander? Forgotten how he took his leave, have we? Up and vanishing so we could each find our own way. Apart from him and the company, I doubt we'll see him again, much as I wish we could. To the matter at hand, the missions you will undertake. First, you are to aid us tracking down the blasphemy that roams the sea. Second, you must prevent the crushing tide from summoning Leviathan at all costs. Oh, is that all? And there I thought we might get our feet wet with a real challenge. But in all seriousness, we should take care to decide who attends to what. Sounds like a job for our acting commander. I'm sure she'll give it all due consideration. Of course I will. Okay. So if I understand this correctly, we're to bring down this so-called blasphemy. Of course, to do that, we'll need to find the damn thing first. You've also got to prevent the crushing tide from summoning the god Leviathan, a tall order in and of itself. As acting commander, it's your job to decide who'll be doing what, based on the skills we each have to offer. I'd recommend that you start having a chat with each of us, that you might develop a sense of the strengths and weaknesses, mostly strengths, of course, of the storied veterans under your command. Alright. I'm doing interviews. My specialty, you ask? Why, impaling fiends with this lance of mine, of course. The stronger the foe, the better. None are a match for me. It would be folly to waste my talents on dealing with those slippery fishmen. Set me against that so-called blasphemy, and I'll have the thing on the skewer before you can say her name. What will I entrust? Slaying the blasphemy. A wise choice. Send Landendale after the Sahagin, and he's like to help them. Summon Leviathan to sate his bloodlust. Oh, good point. I will speak plain. I am not some battle-crazed barbarian like Landendale. As none of the U tribe, a tribe of peerless hunters, I conduct my affairs with discipline and prudence. As such, I know better than any that to rush headlong into battle is rarely the best course of action. Far wiser it is to observe from afar and proceed with caution. Primal summoning. Very astute, if I do say so myself. There are few better suited to the task of averting needless bloodshed than the famously circumspect Odnun. As you well know, my vision is somewhat lacking these days. I can still defend myself when necessary, but I'd rather it not come to that. My condition also leaves me rather unsuited to scouting and searching. It wasn't always the case, but such is life. On the other hand, I'd like to think I've gotten quite good at sounding out the intentions of others during negotiations and the like. Primal summoning. You have a keen sense of these things, I see. More so than reconnaissance or battle. Shamani has a knack of working behind the scenes to see the company's goals achieved. Oh, am I going to be able to understand them? Brayflock's master, remaker of Illuminati treasures, offers much hand-lending with ingenuity. Far-seeing spyglass sees far into ocean deep. Find the blasphemy. Crack fires go boom and blast beasts into bitty pieces. Find the blasphemy. A logical choice, if I do say so myself. Brayflock's mastery of tools and armaments are sure to avail you in tracking and felling that beast. It would seem everyone has their assignments. Other than him. I dare say your choices you've made are nigh impeccable. If I didn't know better, I'd think you've been leading us for years. That's good. And with that, it is time we go to work. I procured link pearls for one and all, that we can keep each other apprised of our progress. You may pick them up from Maelstrom Command. We'd best be off then. Should we need to regroup or reconsider our strategy, call for us. I'll return to command and share these developments here with the Secretariat and our Sahagan friends. Do join me if you can, Commander Davel. It's a pretty decent quest. Oh, Davel. The Admiral has apprised me of the situation in full. Furnish Davel with a link pearl, yes? Of course, Admiral. We've seen the companies trying to reach us. Oh, there, Commander. Just give the word, and I'll come running. Lower your goddamned voice, will you? Watch your tongue or I'll track you down and rip yours out. You sound more like mortal enemies than old companions. That's where Davel comes in. Davel, I'm trusting you to whip them back into shape, make them a force to be reckoned with. I will have the Secretariat contact you if there are any developments. I would convey them to the entire company by link pearl, but we cannot afford anyone taking reckless action. In the meantime, I'll reach out to Noel and see what he has gleaned about the crushing tide and their hideout. Let us hope for good tidings, Commander. A mother is suffering. Okay, so there's 2 quests left. This one and the next, right? Great news, Davel. We've just received word that Candlekeep Quay is under attack. It would seem the crushing tide has struck again. The Admiral asks that you deploy the Company of Heroes at once. Our man here will act as your signaler. The Company of Heroes is awaiting your order. Candlekeep Quay? Both Landendale and Nunn should be close by. What are your instructions? Landendale is a hot-headed warrior who lives for the thrill of battle, while Udnun is a calm and calculating hunter. Both can serve you well, but better if assigned to a task suited to their skill. Landendale will drive the crushing tide away. Consider it done, Commander. None will see the residents of Candlekeep Quay to safety. Understood. The rest of us will head there at once. I'll tell the Admiral you and the Company of Heroes are on your way. Godspeed. Oh, wrong button. Down here? Yeah, down here. Worry not, the tide has already ebbed, if you follow my meaning. I follow your meaning. Perhaps you're curious how your men carried out your orders. You'll be pleased to hear that Lanandel led the attack with his characteristic aplomb, dancing amongst his foes with such speed and ferocity that were dizzying to watch. Nun made full use of his talents in leading the rescue effort. Not a single man, woman, or child suffered so much as a scratch. I had my doubts at first, but you've passed your first trial as acting captain with flying colors. The battle is over, I see. 'Tis good to see the company of heroes can still live up to its name. I demand answers. Why did you target Candlekeep Quay? I spit on your questions, filthy shore walker. I was hoping we might do this the easy way, but if you insist. So you would torture us? Shore walkers are all the same, savage brutes, a lot of you. Torture? Please, we are not so uncivilized as that, my slippery friend. Ray Fox's shiny treasure will have fishermen trading tongue flap in no time. Allow me to explain. Shamani, Lomani, and Brave Flocks are well practiced in the art of interrogation. Shamani has a sharp mind, but as I'm sure you've noticed, the knack for getting information out of uncooperative types with a minimum of fuss. Brave Flocks, on the other hand, her methods can be unconventional to say the least, but it's hard to argue with the results. Well, Commander, the choice is yours to make. Whom will you entrust to entrust the interrogation? Shamani. Well, of course, Commander. Watch as I get him talking without as much as lifting a finger. They tell me you're kind of particularly fond of La Nocian oranges. Might I interest you in a glass of delightful orange wine brewed from our latest harvest? This is another glass, Shorewalker. I demand it in return for the crimes you have committed against my spawn brothers. A mere glass, my friend? I'd be more than happy to offer you a full bottle, nay, an entire cask if you provide us with the answers we seek. We have a deal, Shorewalker. For a cask of that blissful beverage, I will tell you all my secrets. I ask, why did you target Candlekeep? Dow himself gave the order, said we must establish a foothold in preparation for our assault on the city. It means to attack Limpsa itself, but with your numbers that would be folly. Speaker Dow commands powers beyond the comprehension of you shore walkers. We have dealt with Leviathan before. You will misunderstand. Speaker Dow said it is a greater power still, the very first being blessed by our Lord. The blasphemy. Tell me where Dow is. An island far to the south and east. There he performs the rite that will summon forth the Divine One and deliver my brothers and I to our glory. Thank you for your cooperation. I suspect that Dow is hiding out somewhere in the Kale Dallas, a deserted isle, most likely. I don't know much about these so-called blasphemies, but can they truly be tamed so easily? Nope, they cannot. We have no evidence they can, but we must operate under the assumption that Dow has found a way. Already a ship. We set sail for the Kale Dallas at once. Prepare yourselves and meet me at the docks as soon as you are ready. I'll have Shamani and Brayflox continue the interrogation in the meantime. Our friends here might still be hiding something from us. Good point. Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, down here. Going down there, right? I'm in the proper area. I see where I need to go. Everyone is here? Good. We make for the Kidalis in search of Dao's hideout. My friend Noel will be waiting for us there. The blasphemy too may be present. Be vigilant and keep your weapons at the ready. Well, Commander, do you have any words for your men on the eve of battle? The duty of the strong is to protect the weak. We meet again, Dao. Where is the blessed blasphemy? Tell us how we may end this madness. This is a trap. Oh. Looks pretty big. Speak of the bloody devil. There it is, the dread beast I saw beneath the waves. The source of our woes. Oh. Echo of all the times. Defend the commander. Oh, I'm gonna have to protect myself, aren't I? No? Was this the person who changed? I bring grave tidings, my queen. The wretched shore walkers poison the minds of my spawn brothers with false words and foul magics. A poor beguiled brethren renounce Lord Leviathan and name him a false god. They treat with Limsa, and some even call for an alliance. We must summon him, that the lost might receive of his blessing anew. This I would gladly do it, had our stock of crystals not run dry. Spawning time is nearly upon us, yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves. How am I to birth a new brood and my children grown stand divided? Who dares enter the sacred chamber? Forgive my intrusion, Queen Mother. I speak for the Sahagin who seek an accord with the Shore Walkers. A new age is upon us. We needn't turn the false gods, nor foment bitterness and bloodshed in our precious spawning grounds. The Shore Walkers have changed. They endeavor to understand us, to share these lands with us, that they may have peace and we our spawning grounds. Would this be true? Lies, lies. Do not be deceived by that one's delusions. My queen, he is a heathen who has strayed from Lord Leviathan's light. Those shore walkers are oath breakers, now and forevermore. As they extend one hand in friendship, they clutch a dagger in the other. We are beasts in their eyes, deserving of naught but slaughter. Oh, for a blessed moment I felt the faintest touch of hope. But you are right, Tao, they are demons and we are damned. Oh, for woe, my poor children have lost their faith. Their minds poisoned by lies, they turn away from the Lord of the world and cast their lot with the enemy. 'Tis so, my queen, 'tis so. We will have no choice but to abandon our sacred spawning grounds and sink to the ocean floor to rot and decay. Tao, dearest of my children, you tell, then, that we have no future? How can I bring new life into this world, knowing that my brood will have their hearts stolen and abandon me? I cannot. What is happening? Please, my queen, you must calm yourself. Such power, such beauty, a blessing from Lord Leviathan himself. Still fighting, I see. So this is blasphemy, eh? I can see what all the fuss is about. Have your wits about you? Good. If you can fight, now's the time. Strike now, my queen. Send the shore walkers and their honorless leader to their death. What's going on here? What's happening? I can't feel my legs. Why, Mother? What? Are we not your children too? It's doing it again. Damn it, we cannot weather another blow like the last. What's going on here? Oh, is this their leader? The former leader? I still don't know what in the seven hells just happened, but I'll be damned if I'm going to go down without a fight. Steady, the beast is feeding on our ether. We'll not survive a head-on fight. Remember, the complete stratagem was faced with overwhelming odds. Run? Is that it? That the stratagem? Retreat, retreat, let's get ourselves the bloody hells out of here. I can take it. This must have been the leader of the heroes. Former commander. Damn it all. We'd have better luck holding back the tide. How goes it, friends? Is what I would normally ask, but judging from the muttered cursing, I gather it did not go all that well? We barely escaped with our lives. To think the damned beast had the power to stop us in our tracks. Literally. What do we know of the creature's origins? Was it once a Sahagin as you suspected? Yep. They have the echo afforded Davel some insight. Dow's villainy knows no bounds, sowing seeds of despair in our Queen Mother's heart, that she might transform into that monstrosity. If she was the first to turn, there was nothing deliberate about it. Still, it's clear that his words served as a catalyst. We killed the blasphemy. It'll be tantamount to killing the Sahagin's queen. That's not going to endear us to them one bit. I cannot turn my spear against the mother who birthed me, let alone take her life. Out of curiosity, did anyone see who fired that shot? Were it not for them, we'd all be dead. I know not, but we must formulate a plan, and quickly. My scouts tell me that the blasphemy has left the island and now roams the open sea. We'll order them to continue the search. In the meantime, we must find means to overcome the beast's formidable offense. Leave that to us. Time and again, we've used our wits and experience to triumph over the longest odds. To defeat your enemy, first you must know your enemy. Tell me, Commander, what do you reckon was the most valuable knowledge we gleaned from our initial encounter? That the blasphemy has the power to absorb ether. I concur. Now that we know that the beast disables its foes, we can use this knowledge to devise a proper defense against it. But that is not all we have learned. While the blasphemy can maneuver through the water, it also frequents caves and the like. Our best chance of defeating it would be in such a place. Our only chance, I dare say. I'll send scouts to identify any and all caverns and coastal areas that could serve as shelter for a massive creature. To ensure the safety of our people, and to have any hope for peace with the Sahagin, this is a battle that we must win. All your strength and wisdom will be needed in the days to come. Dismissed. Come, let us share our findings with the Maelstrom. Now that we have seen that the blasphemy is capable of us is ourselves, it is more plain to me than ever that it must be slain. Reach out to all trade ships entering and departing Limsa. Inform them that any sightings of the blasphemy are to be reported to mail from command at once. Understood, but given the beast's abilities, how do you intend to overcome it? I trust that the company of heroes in Devel, experienced primal sables, all will find a way. And yet I would leave no resource untapped. There was one more whose expertise I would call upon, if he would agree. Even Wisket is at a loss to his former commander's whereabouts, but mayhap Einzar would offer some guidance. No doubt you are still fatigued from the battle with the blasphemy. Pray rest while you are able. When we are ready to take further action, you will hear from me. Till then, take care. Oh, it started raining. Okay. And, with that, I'm done streaming for the day. Thank you all who stopped by and watched. Thank you, Piper, Grounddog, for stopping by if you're still here. And I'll be streaming again most likely on Wednesday, if not Thursday or Friday.